Hello friends, welcome to our channel. In this tutorial, we will cover the next task, that is reading for viewpoints, in reading section. If you like to check all of our Celpip tutorials, then you can search them on YouTube by typing Celpip Store. You will find many more tutorial series here. In this series, we will cover all the 4 sections of the Celpip exam including listening, reading, speaking and writing sections. Today, we will check out the reading part. The reading section is having 4 practice tests, and 1 practice task, as well. Total time allocated for the reading section is 55 minutes. Today, we will do reading part 4, that is reading for viewpoints. In this task, you will read an article from a website, which will be given on the left side of your computer screen, and you'll have to choose the correct option given in the form of drop-down in the right-hand side of your computer screen. Before we start reading for viewpoints tutorial, you should know the tips and tricks for this task. Number 1. You will have total 10 questions. Number 2. Total time duration is 13 minutes. Number 3. Need to have higher level of thinking skills. Number 4. Make observation for reasoning. Number 5. Draw logical consequences. Number 6. Understand the right meaning of a single sentence. Number 7. Just eliminate the wrong answers. Let's take an example now. Here we have a message. I think I should read this passage for you. So, the message is after water, coffee and tea are the most often enjoyed beverages consumed across the world. Aside from providing cozy morning rituals and giving boosts to the mid-afternoon slump, these hot beverages have health benefits, too. Coffee and tea have long been acknowledged for their beneficial properties, which predominantly come from caffeine and antioxidants found in coffee beans and tea leaves. In addition, these drinks are a great excuse to get together with a friend, which can be good for your health. With few exceptions, coffee is more popular than tea in almost every country. According to the National Coffee Association, 72% of adults drink coffee every day. Coffee beans grow on flowering trees, found in more than 55 countries, including the US, Hawaii. The beans are roasted and ground, and, depending on where you live and your preference, the roasted grounds are boiled, dripped, steamed, or soaked. Coffee contains caffeine, vitamins, and minerals, polyphenols, and other components that may provide health benefits. Polyphenols are antioxidants, which are chemical compounds that fight against free radicals. Free radicals can damage cells and lead to disease and illness. Not to be outdone, tea continues to be a popular beverage in China, Turkey, Ireland, and the United Kingdom. Tea makers dry and crush the tea leaves to bring out their oils, and may then expose them to air for a while. This is called fermentation, which is a chemical reaction that affects the flavor of the tea leaves and turns them brown. The longer the fermentation process, the more caffeine the leaves contain. Green tea is not fermented at all, oolong leaves are fermented for a time, and black tea leaves are fermented the longest. The polyphenols found in tea, specifically catechins and epicatechins, are likely the reasons why tea is a healthy beverage. The polyphenols in coffee and tea have been shown to reduce the threat of cardiovascular disease and stroke. Studies suggest regularly drinking coffee can decrease the risk of cardiovascular disease including stroke. Research shows the caffeine in coffee raises blood sugar in the short term, but the polyphenols may improve insulin sensitivity and lower the risk of type 2 diabetes over the long term. Drinking coffee and tea provide a number of excellent health benefits, with few side effects that can be managed by switching to herbal tea or decaf coffee. A caveat: plain black coffee and tea are naturally low in calories, approximately 2 calories per 8-ounce cup. However, once you start adding sugar, milk, and other additions, you are likely consuming between 400 and 600 calories. We have a total of 10 questions in this task. Our first question is, the article is about, we have 4 options. Number 1, health benefits of tea and coffee. Number 2, research related to tea and coffee production. Number 3, people consuming tea and coffee. And number 4, the process of tea and coffee. It is very clear from the article that the article is about health benefits of tea and coffee. So, accordingly, option number 1 is correct. Our second question is, polyphenols in coffee are, we have 4 options. Number 1, antioxidants that fight against free radicals. Number 2, minerals that fight against illness. Number 3, vitamins that fight against illness. And number 4, caffeine that is dangerous. The first option is correct, as it is clearly mentioned in the last third line of second paragraph that polyphenols are antioxidants, which are chemical compounds that fight against free radicals. So accordingly, our first option is correct, that is antioxidants that fight against free radicals. Our third question is, fermentation is the process of, we have 4 options. Number 1, black tea. Number 2, green tea. Number 3, black coffee. And number 4, green coffee. I think first option is correct, as it is clearly mentioned in the last third line of third paragraph that green tea is not fermented at all, or long leaves are fermented for a time, and black tea leaves are fermented the longest. So accordingly, our first option is correct, that is black tea. Our fourth question is, caffeine in tea or coffee can, we have 4 options. Number 1, raise blood sugar. Number 2, make a person addicted. Number 3, raise blood pressure. And number 4, raise cholesterol, as we can check in the last third line of second last paragraph, that shows the caffeine in coffee raises blood sugar in the short term. So accordingly, first option is correct. Our fifth question is, side effects of tea or coffee can be managed by, we have 4 options. Number 1, switching to herbal tea or decaf coffee. Number 2, consuming less tea or coffee. Number 3, switching to milk products. And number 4, consuming alcohol. According to the passage, option number 1 is correct, that is switching to herbal tea or decaf coffee. As it is clearly mentioned in the third line of last paragraph that drinking coffee and tea provide a number of excellent health benefits with few side effects that can be managed by switching to herbal tea or decaf coffee. So accordingly, our first option is the correct. Now, friends, in this task, there is a second part, that is comment message by a visitor to the website page. So friends, let's start with a comment message, as I have earlier told you that this task has total 10 questions, so 5 questions are done and 5 are left, which we will do in the next part. Let's start with next part. It is a wonderful article, I too agree, coffee and tea are incredible. Now we have the 6th question, where we have 4 options. Those are, number 1, healthy beverages. Number 2, unhealthy beverages. Number 3, dangerous items. And number 4, tasty beverages. It is very clear that this article is about healthy benefits of coffee and tea, so accordingly, our first option is correct. That is healthy beverages. Our 7th question is, studies have also shown that it's safe for most people when consumed in, here we have 4 options. Number 1, low to moderate amounts. Number 2, moderate to high amounts. Number 3, high to low amounts. And number 4, extremely less amounts. Here, our first option is correct, because if you read the passage carefully, then it is very clear from the passage that it is safe for most people when they consume these beverages from low to moderate amount. So, accordingly, our first option is correct. Our eighth question is, however, high doses of caffeine may have unpleasant and even. We have four options. Number 1, dangerous side effects. Number 2, healthy effects. Number 3, incredible effects. And number 4, extraordinary effects. I think our first option is correct, as it is very clear from the passage that if we take high dose of caffeine then this may give dangerous side effects. So accordingly, our first option is correct, that is dangerous side effects. Our ninth question is, although low to moderate doses of caffeine can increase alertness, larger amounts may lead to. We have four options. Number 1, anxiety or edginess. Number 2, good attention. Number 3, more focus. And number 4, calmness. According to the given options, option number 1 is correct, that is anxiety or edginess, because if we take caffeine in larger amount then this may lead to the anxiety. So accordingly, our first option is correct, that is anxiety or edginess. Our 10th question is, caffeine can help you stay awake during the day, but it may negatively impact your sleep quality and quantity. Although caffeine provides energy, it can. We have four options. Number 1, indirectly lead to fatigue. Number 2, indirectly lead to sleeplessness. Number 3, directly lead to serious illness. And number 4, lead to addictive nature. According to the message, the first option is correct, because more intake of caffeine may lead indirectly to the fatigue. So, according to this, our first option is correct, that is indirectly lead to fatigue. I think this tutorial will give you some idea about how to choose the right option in Reading for Viewpoints task. Please register on Celpip store to experience the real-time based practice platform. The link to join the platform is mentioned in the description below. Friends, don't forget to subscribe to our channel before completing this video. Thanks for spending time with us.